Hello there! Flying indoors is a very unforgiving environment unless your plane is super slow. There are lots of obstacles on the court, including walls, nets, ceilings, basketball hoops, people on the court, other planes, all in a very confined environment.
Oh no!
If I don't grease my plane in nicely and the undercarriage is rigid, the plane can suffer quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not all my landings are as smooth as that.
Ooh.
Inspiration? No, not that guy. The FMS Cub with the very springy undercarriage. Recently on vacation, I had time to dream up some designs for my RC planes, and one of them was a simple sprung undercarriage system that I could make using my 3D printer. And a box of springs that I bought from Bunnings. I had to make sure that my designs were printable on an FDM printer which prints in layers and struggles with printing on thin air. I drew up my initial design in FreeCAD and printed it out in PLA+. I attached a spring and some wheels to see how it would go. Before attaching it to a plane, I made some minor modifications and printed it out again. And this is the final product. I attached the new undercarriage to my Moth biplane, ready for testing at indoor aviation. I also printed out a set of springy wheels 10% larger for my Lark plane. With wheels and springs, this came to 11 grams. I travelled to Mullumalum to test out two of my planes with the new springy wheels. Everyone's getting ready to fly.
Let's try out this new undercarriage.
If there's an obstacle on the court, your plane will find it. No damage done from all those hard landings. And here's a slow-mo close-up of the Lark landing. The springs are absorbing some of the shock, but looks like it's bottoming out a bit. Time to test out the Moth undercarriage. A bit snaky there, I'll have to check that out. Nicely absorbed.
No, that looked good. Yeah, flying together. It was very good.
When flying indoors, it's not always possible to do a nice smooth landing, so it's good to have that springy undercarriage to help save the plane if you have to bring it down hard. Well, that was an interesting exercise. Here are my observations. Well, the springy carriage did save some stress on both planes, which suffered no damage after their punishing landings. The Lark with its 10% larger undercarriage tended to bottom out on landing, so I could probably put stronger springs on that. The Moth springs were about right for this weight. I noticed when the undercarriage bottomed out, the propeller hit the ground. I also noticed some damage to the wheels, which I think got horizontal stress when the undercarriage bottomed out, so I'll need to attach some stronger wheels in future. I'm satisfied that the springy undercarriage can save some stress for medium and hard landings. This has worked better than my springy wheels, which tended to break all the time. So I will continue to develop and refine this design for all my future planes. So what's coming up? Well, I've started the FreeCAD design for my twin-engine World War II Mosquito aircraft. This will have twin-engine differential throttle. This is a big challenge for me, and I'm having to perfect how to make the complex 3D shapes and a canopy. I'd also like to develop a suspension undercarriage for this plane. I still need to rebuild my Magnum Reloaded using 3D printing. And now the weather is warmer, I do intend to do some more slope soaring. That's it for this video. If you'd like to receive updates on my future projects and progress, consider subscribing to DavesFunRC, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.